Hello, welcome to Daily Current Affairs by Neo IAS. Today is 26th March 2019 and the topics we are going to discuss is Energy Transition Index, Chandrayaan II, PSLV C45, Abedya, Map-Aided Program and the previous year question revision series. So, coming to the first topic, that's the Energy Transition Index. So, this index is in news because India has moved up 2 places to rank 76 among the 115 countries. So, basically this is compiled by World Economic Forum. So, Energy Transition Index is by World Economic Forum and India was standing at 78th position and now it's in 76th position. That's why it is in news. So, this index basically they measure how well a country is balancing its energy security and how well it can balance a future energy transitions also, and it is aiming towards the environmental sustainability, sustainable development and affordability. Okay, that is what the index deals with. So it is, as I told you, it is compiled by World Economic Forum and it has it has 2 components basically, like the current state of the country's energy system and also the structural readiness of the country for the future energy. So, if the country wants to switch to a cleaner energy or a more sophisticated form of energy in future, so they have to have this adaptability as well. So, this index measures or they evaluate their future readiness as well. Okay, so this is called as transition readiness. So, transition readiness, the current state has many index that will be common for every country, or it will be more like in simpler terms. But the transition readiness, it has majorly 6 individual indicators. They are capital and investment. So, how far it can invest or how much the capital is involved to switch to another energy. And the regulation and political commitment. So, if there is a political turmoil in the country, then it is not possible for that country to switch to a better energy. Or if there is no enough regulation, it cannot. If there is no enough legislation, it cannot move forward. Also, the institution and governance. There have to be proper institution. There have to be proper governance mechanisms in the country, and also institutions and innovative business environment. So, there should be a business environment as well, and human capital should be there, consumer participation should be there. Like we are switching to solar energy and we are doing it in the grassroots level. Okay, you can't just make a legislation and make people do that. Okay, you have to go to the grassroots level and make the people actually involved in implementing the program. So, that have to be there, human capital should be there and the energy system structure should be there. So, these are all the transition readiness indices they are calculating under Energy Transition Index. Okay. And considering India is among the countries with very high pollution level and they have relatively very high carbon dioxide emissions also. So, that is why India is in the 76th position. Okay, India is not going very to the light club. It is not going to towards under 40 because it has this level of pollution. And as usual, Sweden tops the list, followed by Switzerland and Norway. It's almost every year the Scandinavian countries tops the list. Okay, and India is the second best in BRICS because Brazil is having this 46th position in the index, in the list, and India is having the 76th. So, after Brazil, India is the second best in the BRIC countries. Okay, so in this particular news, you have to concentrate on Energy Transition Index indicators as well as who is publishing it, what is India's position. Okay. Okay, next topic is Chandrayaan II. Chandrayaan II is in news because NASA's laser instruments, which is to be deployed in moon, it has been going to be carried by Chandrayaan II. So, NASA, they confirmed that Chandrayaan II and there is one Israeli lander, Bereshit. They are taking the retro reflector arrays made by NASA to the moon. So, we have to know what retro reflectors are. So retroreflectors are basically, they are mirrors. Okay, they are very sophisticated mirrors. What they do is they reflect light, laser light. Okay, so the laser light that is being sent from Earth, these retroreflectors, they reflect it. Okay, that is their prime function. Okay, by these what they can do is they can actually calculate the distance of Earth from Moon. Okay, that is the prime purpose. And talking about Chandrayaan II, Chandrayaan II, it is like the advanced version of Chandrayaan I, and that's a mission to Moon, India's second mission to Moon actually, but it has an orbiter, lander and a rover, and it has two modules. I think I have told you this in the earlier session. Okay, it has two modules. One is the orbiter craft module and you have a lander craft module. Okay, and the orbiter craft module have the orbiter and the lander craft module have the lander and the rover. Okay, the orbiter, what they do is they, after reaching 100 kilometer in the lunar orbit, they will land, they will house this lander. Okay, lander have the rover as well. Okay, they will separate from the orbiter. The lander will get separated from orbiter, and the lander, they will soft land on the lunar surface at a specified site, and they will deploy this rover. Okay, and rover, it has 6 wheels basically, and it will start moving on the lunar surface and will collect the samples. Okay, and the instruments on the rover, they will collect the samples and send back the details to the Earth. Okay, and the orbiter, the lander, the rover, all together it's very heavy. It's like 3,200 kg, around that. So it's very heavy that it is carried by PSLV Mark III, and it will collect various data about the topography, about the mineralogy of the elements in the moon, and how is the exosphere there, and what about the water content, water ice, everything will be collected and will be sent back to Earth for further studies. Okay. The next topic is PSLV C45. This is in news because this has many new features ISRO have never tried before. That is why it's very peculiar. Okay, and it is also called as EMISAT mission. EMISAT mission, and it will be launched on April 1st from Sriharikota. So it's completely the work of ISRO, and it's the first attempt of ISRO of placing payloads in 3 different orbits. So the first orbit, the chief payload, the prime payload, that is the EMISAT, it will be injected into a 749 kilometer orbit. And the 4th stage of the rocket, they will be going to 504 kilometer of this orbit, and it will be releasing like 28 international satellites. Okay, once the job is over, the 4th, the stage is not like abandoned. Okay, it has been further used. So it will go to an altitude of 485 kilometer, and what happens is that it will be used as a platform. So whatever experiments, the space-based experiments ISRO wants to carry out, it will be serving as an orbital platform from space to ISRO. Okay, and this is the first experiment having this solar panel also. Orbital platform will also support solar panel. That's also for the first time. Okay, and one more thing is that it is meant for electromagnetic spectrum measurements. Okay, electromagnetic spectrum measurements, and it will be like a milestone for IIST. You know what IIST is? It's basically Institute of Space Science and Technology, IIST. So it will be like a milestone to IIST because they are like launching 3 experiments. Okay, one is ARIS, Advanced Retarding Potential Analyzer for Ionospheric Studies. That is for studying the structure and composition of ionosphere, ARIS. The second one is Automatic Identification System. That is Automatic Identification System is for maritime applications. Okay. And one more is there, Automatic Package Repeating System, that is APRS. It is meant to assess the amateur radio operators. Okay, so there are basically 3 experiments being carried out. It has been done by IIST, So it will be like a milestone for IAST. It's a huge thing for them. Okay. Now coming to the last topic, that is Abedya. Abedya is a naval facility, naval training facility. It is deployed in INS Shivaji in Maharashtra. Abedya, it is basically Indian Navy's nuclear, biological and chemical training facilities given to the the personnel of that naval ships. Okay, and they will be like trained on the nuclear, biological and chemical detection and protection systems. Okay, that is Abedya. Coming to the map aided program, I have Davis Strait and Hudson Strait here. So if possible, I will take all the straits of the world. I will start with Davis Strait and Hudson Strait. Before coming to that, I will tell you what a strait is, what a isthmus is and what a gulf is. Okay, strait is basically between two land masses and it connects two larger water bodies. Okay, so strait connects two large water bodies and it is between two land masses. And isthmus is between two bodies of water and it connects two land masses. Okay, so strait connects two water bodies and isthmus connect two large land masses. And this gulf is actually a large bay. It is like a arm of the ocean or a sea which is like eroded into the land area. Okay, that is how a gulf is. It's like a larger bay. Okay, you can actually say the size, like in some books it is written that gulf is larger, in some book it is written that a bay is larger. You can't say which one is larger because it is depending on which bay and which gulf it is. Okay, so basically when we say in geography it's a larger bay, but this is like an arm of a sea which is into the land, eroded into the land. Okay, so coming to the Davis Strait that separates Baffin Bay and Labrador Sea. Okay, it is a part of Northwest Passage. It is basically separating Baffin Bay and Labrador Sea. So there's a route like Canadian Arctic Archipelago. They link the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. So it is a part of it. Okay, I'll show you the pic. See, you have Davis Sea marked in red color. It separates Baffin Bay and the Labrador Sea and it connects Baffin Island and the Greenland. Okay, and the archipelago, you can see the Canadian Arctic Archipelago. It is a part of it. And coming to the Hudson Strait is basically linking the Atlantic Ocean and the Labrador Sea to the Hudson Bay in Canada. So, see, there is Hudson Strait. You can see Hudson Strait below the Baffin Island. It connects Canada to Baffin Island and Labrador Sea to Atlantic Ocean. Okay, that is how it is. So, these two are a part of that Canadian Arctic Archipelago which has this Northwest Passage or which connects the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, that entire stretch. Okay, that's called a Northwest Passage. It is a part of it. Okay. So, if possible, we can cover every strait. We'll start from the top, that's the Arctic portion. So, that's why I discussed Davis and Hudson Strait. Now, coming to the previous year question revision series. So, the question is, despite having large reserves of coal, why does India import millions of tons of coal? So, that's a question. I'll read out the statements. It is a policy of India to save its own coal reserves for future and import it from other countries for the present use. Most of the power plants in India are coal based and they are not able to get sufficient supplies of coal from within the country. And steel companies need large amount of coking coal which has to be imported. So, which of the following statements are correct is the question. So, check the first statement. It is a policy of India to save its coal reserve for the future. See, future is always renewable energy or efficient sustainable energy. Coal is a conventional energy which causes a lot of pollution. So, saving such an energy for future and importing this energy currently from other countries is not a logical statement at all. Okay, so that's a stupid statement actually. If you eliminate that statement, you will directly come to the answer. It's 2 and 3. Okay, this question doesn't need any explanation. So, you think of it, it's logic. Okay, the first statement is wrong, so you'll directly come to the correct answer. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. And I hope you enjoy the session. Thank you so much. Good night.